started another video?
Yes.
Oh, you shouldn't have started it yet. What was the worst? Why was I thinking I had one and now I can't think of it?
Question 10. Which book should not... Oh, wait, I already said that. Question 11. If you own a book you maybe shouldn't, in quotes, then why do you own it? You don't actually have to say what the book is.
I own a couple of books I maybe shouldn't.
Which is what I was thinking of, which is why I said you don't have to name them. Because if you would have to, like, very majorly explain it, so...
Actual books. I own a couple mangas, too. But...
Yeah, so just go with one of them without naming it.
Certain things within them I don't agree with, and certain things within them are kind of gross.
But that's why you shouldn't own it, but...
I like the characters.
You really like characters.
I really like the main characters.
So in other words, they shouldn't own them because they take a lot of discussion, but no, you don't have to show them. But...
I'm fine, I'm gonna show them. I shouldn't own them because, yeah, there's stuff in there that I do not agree with. But I like
no kidding.
the main character.
The main character being Lestat. You don't like the other character. What's his name? The guy that's like a pedophile.
The main character.
Yes.
I'm holding Vampire Lestat, not the other one. He's not a main character in this one. He's not actually a main character in the other one either, technically. But anyway.
Yeah, the other guy is disgusting.
Not to hold up that one. I like that cover.
Anyway.
A book that I maybe shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly Black Butler. Because they get really, really weird, and literally the main character, Sebastian, is literally supposed to be a demon. That's just book 2. But that's Sebastian, and he's literally supposed to be a demon. So really, as a Christian, I probably shouldn't be reading books about demons, which means I probably shouldn't own Demon Diary either. And, like with Vicky's, yeah, I probably shouldn't own any of these, because vampires are a weird topic, and there's many things about them that are gross and wrong, and this author likes to be disgusting. So, probably those.
Some people might have something to say about that.
Yeah, well, I said I didn't necessarily have to show the cover for that one because it's kind of, then why do you own it? Well, there's a big, long topic of why do you own it? Well, she does a really good job of, like, tear-jerking in this one. Like, I love the characters in both of these series. I love the characters. And they do a really good job of carrying you through it. I don't even remember what Demon Diary is really about. But this series, oh my gosh, I reread it, and there was a few places in that, like the whole circus arc. Cry and cry.
He's a new demon lord, and his valet is helping him become a good demon lord?
Yep.
Something like that.
It's ridiculously contradictory. Good demon does not exist.
Anyway.
Getting into the Japanese religion. Moving on.
Question 12. How many duologies do you have?
Oh, crap. She's the one that came up with this question. Duologies. Curse and Sword of Sagamore. Body of Christopher Creed, and then Following Christopher Creed by Carol Plamucci. Another episode, S0, by Yukito Ayatsuji. She's Trip and Lollipop Kingdom by Takeru. I forget what group he's in. Japanese. Rider and Seekers 5. Some people say Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer are basically like the same because they knew each other. So if you count that, that's 6. Alice Adventure in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass is 7. Jungle Book and the second Jungle Book is 8. So 8 duologies.
Way more than I have.
How many duologies do you have? And don't say, oh, because this is one you came up with.
I know, that's not a duology. 1. Do I literally only own 1 duology? Oh, well, like I say, this technically isn't a series, so...
Yeah, it technically isn't because he never did write any more of it.
Looks like I only own 2. These 2. And these 2. So I only own 2 sets.
She's the one that came up with this question. She only owns 2. Question 13. How many books are in the longest series that you own? Back to the Animals. How many books are in it?
Back to the Animals. 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
50 what plus 11?
54 in the main series, and then you
So
have
65.
1, 2, 3, 4 in the sub-series, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in the other, in the Megamorph series.
So if you count them as sub-series and stuff like that, that one you own like 3 different series by one author.
They kind of count them as sub-series.
Well, they are sub-series because they're branching off of the main story.
Like,
they're to do with characters.
But let go. This one doesn't exactly connect to the
That's one
main
I've never read.
series. I haven't actually read it either. It doesn't exactly.
So if that is a stupid book right there, it's, yeah.
No, I flipped through it. It's about the Elemist, of course. It's kind of stupid.
Well, I hate the Elemist. I don't remember much about him, but I know I hate the Elemist.
It's not
Self-righteous
exactly
jerk.
contained to the series.
Hypocritical Buddha.
Connected to the series, but it is connected to the series. Like.
No, I know. That's why I say it makes sense to call them a sub-series because they're connected with the characters.
Is more connected to the series than this one was.
Yep.
Like Visser, if you don't actually read Visser, something in the series doesn't actually make much sense.
Oh, well, there you
It
go.
made more sense after I read Visser.
Well, there you go.
And look at that, he's still looking at you. Haha. He is! His eyes.
Stalk eyes!
His eyes turn. Visser 3!
Would it be Alex Rider?
You own a couple more than I do, so.
7, 8. There's 8 in the Shiny Duvall series.
You own at least one more than I do, I
1, 2,
believe.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I guess Alex Rider.
Because you'd own 10.
If you count mangas, then it would be Black Butler. So there's 28 and counting in that one. But if you don't, then I'm guessing it's Alex Rider. Because
Well, you can count Black Butler. It's a book series. Manga series.
Unfortunate Event I don't have quite the whole thing of. That's 12 or 13 books. And Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew, I only have some of them. So I can't count those. So I think it would be Alex Rider.
How many series, at least 3 books, do you own?
Oh. 8, 9. Or is there another one that I don't own in that one?
Alex Rider.
Jankers.
It's short. It's like a novella.
But it's part of the series, though, and I don't own it.
No, she's talking
Was that
about
9 or was that 8?
that series right there.
Was that 9 or was that 8?
8. But you own Alex Rider, so technically you have 9.
Okay, 9 with Alex Rider and 10.
No, it's not finished. 9. You don't own
That's
one
why I
thing.
wasn't counting that one.
Yeah.
So 8, 9, because I think there's only 3 in that one. So 9 series? 10, because I have all of Narnia. 10. 1. I can't remember what it's called.
Well, you don't have
It
to
says
name them.
7 Realms. I own the whole series. I own the whole series of Witcher. I own the whole series of Keys to the Kingdom. I own the whole series of Seventh Tower by Garth Nix. I own the whole series of Animorphs. I own the whole series of Adventure, plus a couple extras because they're totally awesome. I own the whole series of Empire of Man. There's 4 books. These are 2-in-1 books. The whole series of The Giver. How many is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Howl's Moving Castle, 9. Technically, I don't know if there's going to be any more in that, so 10. I can't remember what that series is called.
Anyway, I didn't say you had to name them, so she's just proud of her books.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
What about those ones by Aragon?
17, 18, 19, 20. 21.
21? What about those ones by Aragon? Aren't those a series? Or is that only partial of what you own?
22.
So she owns 22
They're
full
tiny,
series.
I always forget about them.
22 full series and then at least one you're not
22
done.
full series that are either 3 books or longer.
Yeah, and at least one you're not finished getting all of yet.
Yes.
Because
I'm
you
not
have Jim
done-
Butcher.
I'm getting Born, or Pern as well. But I'm
Yeah.
not getting, I haven't gotten all of them, so I can't count them.
How many series do you own that you haven't read the whole thing of?
Pern. I haven't read the whole thing of Pern.
Well, I kind of meant you own all the books, but you haven't read them all.
I haven't read This is part of the Acorna series. It's kind of the sister series. It's
And you haven't read
about
it.
her children. This is actually the second book. Third book.
Third watch is the second book. Really?
Third watch. So, no, I haven't actually read those yet. I don't own the entire thing of that. But I haven't technically read all of Alex Rider yet either. In the works for Dresden.
Well, the Dresden, actually, how many partial series do you own? Was the question.
The other partial series? I don't remember how many are actually in Alex Rider, but I know I don't own a couple of them. So, Alex Rider, Miss Peregrine, Dresden, Spy Master, there's at least another 3.
And there's that, yeah, Shadow, whatever.
5. Yeah, because I hate that series, but I love that book. 6. Well, did I say Pern? 7. Technically 8, because there are more born.
It's just.
There are more born.
Are those the only ones that are just
these
him?
These are only 3 that are written by Robert Ludlum.
Yeah.
I don't want to read any of the others. I'm sorry to the authors, but I actually don't really want to read the others. Like 7.
Question 15. How many series do you own that you haven't read the whole thing of?
Alex Rider is 1. If you count Jennifer's book, then that's 2, because O'Malley series by D. Henderson. The Shani Duvall series is 3, because to this day I still haven't read book. Which one was it? 5, I believe it is. Because Irene said it was too old for me at that time, and I never got back to it. So maybe 3, 4 if you count Anne McCaffrey's Pern books as all being 1, because I own 2 trilogies from it, both of which I've read the whole thing of, but I haven't read all of the Pern books. And the originals. Because there's at least 3 books in that, but I don't even have book 3 yet. And I don't think I've read all of the Vampire Diaries. I've just read the first 4 books, which are... The others aren't really... I don't know. They're connected, but I don't know if they're considered the same series. I don't remember how many I said that was, but...
Yeah, but you went into the next question of question 16. How many partial series do you own?
How many do I own that are partial? The Tarzan books, because I took those from Dad. I haven't even read them, any of them, but I took them. The originals. Pern, if you count Pern.
You own all of Vampire Diaries?
Alex Rider. Vampire Diaries? No, but that's why I say that one's complicated. I don't remember now if that is the complete series of that, and then they go off into other series that are connected to it, but they aren't quite the same series. I haven't finished Restora's Sons, so 5, because I haven't actually read The Deliverer. And like I said, Shani Duvall is 6, and the Jennifers I don't think I've read, so that's 7. 7?
Well, question 17. Do you own more than 1 copy of any books?
Yep.
She's proud of that
Lord of the
one.
Rings. I have a big hardcover copy. Yeah. Which is totally gorgeous. Yeah. It's only the first. It's only the 3. I don't think the Hobbit's in there.
Big, massive thing she pulls off the shelf. It's only 3 bucks.
Yes, it's only 3 bucks. Kerplunk. And then I have that set that has the Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the totally awesome set that also has the Hobbit. Oh, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm. She's made the dog run away.
And then I have the old nostalgic set that I had to keep. That are mismatched. Oh yeah, that could have been an answer to the. Oh.
Very mismatched.
They are mismatched, but they're the set that I first initially read, and I couldn't let Mom get them rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, not gonna miss them really. Plus, I own them, but I don't have 2 copies of them. So. Now if I can get them all back on the shelf. And the totally cool squall ring, or cloud ring. Not squall, cloud. See. The totally awesome cloud ring.
Yeah, I don't even remember that being Cloud's ring.
It's not technically Cloud's ring.
So I don't think he has an actual ring, technically.
It's not technically Cloud's ring.
Is it just Hamlet though? No, I don't think it's just Hamlet. Because I own Hamlet the graphic novel. And I own Hamlet with pictures in it. And I own... Where'd it go? I have another copy of Hamlet. Sure I do. I thought I had just the actual play itself without any pictures or anything. Hamlet, right there. So I own 2 copies of Hamlet.
Pull them off the shelf and show the camera.
That copy, the most boring one. This copy. Get back on that. So I own 3 copies of Hamlet, and I own 2 copies of Wizard of Oz because I stole a copy from Mom. Do I have more one copy of? Do I have more one copy of Peter Pan or just one?
I have more than 1 copy of Peter Pan.
Yes, I do.
If you can think of it while you're putting those back, is there a book on your shelf that doesn't fit your normal style of reading? Why doesn't it fit?
Probably this. Because it's technically, they made it from a movie that I don't think technically came from a book. I could be wrong about that.
Last Chance Detectives
Escape from Fire Lake.
by Robert
Vernon.
Vernon. That
It's
a book
technically
made from a movie?
From the movie. I don't generally read the book from the movie. I read the book.
Watch the movie from the book.
From.
Yeah.
So probably this. Technically, I probably have to say Tableau's book too, this forgery thing.
Pieces of You by Tableau.
I
Yeah, that's
probably
not
have
really
to
your
say that
reading
too,
style
because
either.
It's not generally my reading style at all.
You watched the show though,
I
so.
did. So I know the basic gist of my content.
No, okay.
The Housekeeper and the Doctor? For sure?
Professor.
A professor. Because this one was given to me by... Oh, look, another one. I knew there was one. This one was given to me by a friend that was moving, so she had to downsize, and she originally told me maybe I'd be interested in this one because it's a Japanese author that was translated into English. So because I'm interested in Japan, everybody thinks that I'm interested in everything from Japan. It was very nice of her. Probably this one, because I think this is one of the ones that's like super bloody and gory, and I don't like bloody and gory books.
Considering that cover?
Even though, yeah, I have never even read this one. I got it from
James.
Also Project Arms, because for some reason I love this series. I love the characters and everything, but I hate this type of book because it's extremely bloody and gory, and like everybody dies constantly. Everybody they meet and try to save they think they save them and they don't, etc. So people are constantly dying in that one. So there you go, those ones for sure.
Then, question 19. Do you own a book mainly because everyone does?
Lord of the Rings mainly because everybody does.
Oh, I'm pointing at Harry Potter.
Oh, that's Harry Potter. Okay.
Yes. Harry Potter. Not because it's not good, but at the same time.
Well, you did start reading it mainly because everyone does. So yeah. How long have you been?
Actually, the other answer to that question was also this, because at that point in time, if you're a manga fan,
Mm-hmm.
War and Peace, kind of, I own because like everybody's always talking about it. So I'm curious and eventually want to read it because everybody's constantly talking about it. Honestly, Chronicles of Narnia, because I still have never read it and I'm only sort of kind of interested in reading it.
The poor destroyed cover that I think I must have spilled something on because that was originally my copy of that.
Yeah. but I kind of sort of own it right now at the very least. I own it because everybody seems to own it, because I've never actually read it. And there's actually a few other, like even Tale of Two Cities, Christmas Carol, and Cricket in Times Square, because they're Charles Dickens. And I'm like, I like the classics, but there's still a lot of them I haven't read. But I end up buying them because everybody seems to have them, but I haven't read them.
Well then. Question 20. How long have you been intending to read that book you own?
For far too long. Let's see.
Don Quixote.
Hey, it has Deckle Dashes too. When did I get it? I've had this book since 2013.
And you've been intending to read it that whole time.
Page 75.
And then she blames me because I took it off her shelf or book side.
Took it off my bedside table and put it on my shelf.
For I can't remember why. And then she didn't bother putting it back on her bedside table, and just so that she's just never read it since. And yet she blames me because I'm the one that took it off.
This one too.
The Three Musketeers by Alexander Dumas.
Yes.
How long have you been intending to read that one?
Same time. 2013.
Both of them since 2013. Got it. So 7 years.
Well, like you said, The Three Musketeers. How long have I had this one? Since 2008, I've been intending to read The Three Musketeers.
Oh, gosh.
Dad told me I'd like this one. Still haven't read it. Probably that's the longest it's been on the show. Because War and Peace Only is more recently not. Shakespeare. Don't know how long I've had the complete works of Shakespeare. I've barely read most of his. So probably, I don't think he could beat the Musketeers. 2008. Oh.
Question 21. Do you own a dual language book?